Shake it out. Get yourself ready. For a nice Yoga Basics 45-minute class, reviewing basics, paying attention to lots of things here, starting with the positioning of the feet on the earth. So the feet are nice and grounded here. We're going to start by feeling the big toe mounds in good contact with the earth, outer heel, inner heel, little toe mounds. Lift the toes, spread them out, and bring them back down so your feet are nice and big here. And then your hips over your ankles, working our posture and alignment here. Okay, hips are over ankles. Now, we're going to leave the shoulders where they are in relation to the ears, but lift the ribs. Can you feel yourself getting taller? Lift your ribs, okay? And then, ears over shoulders, turn your palms forward. So we're in a nice lifted, there's plenty of room for things to happen here, like breath, like all the body functions, digestion, everything else. So we'll breathe here. And we want to go for just smoothing out the breath now. And going equal inhales and exhales. Just balancing things out, feeling the feet grounded. And we'll deepen the breath here so the palms are face out. We exhale. Now inhale, float the arms up. Remember those shoulders stay down. Float the arms up. Palms touch. And hands come heart center. So we gathered. Now we release. Bring your fingertips up toward the sky. Inhale. Remember, we're lifting ribs away from the hips, not shoulders toward the ears. Now turn your palms out and think about releasing anything that does not serve you right now. Palms out. Inhale, energy, lifting, lengthening. Palms touch. Hands come heart center. Getting ready to release here. We inhale. Turn the palms out and actually feel how you're pressing things down into the earth that you don't want to carry with you anymore. Hands by your side. One more round of that. Inhale, lengthen up, energy up. Exhale, hands to heart. And inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, release. All right, so I'll bet you feel a lot in your legs there, just keeping everything still. So let's shake that out. We've got the breath moving. Let's get the spine moving in all 6 directions that it goes. So we're going to do cats and cows. Knees and hips soft here, nice and soft here. And just go ahead and let's do it this way. Cross your right hand to your left shoulder, left hand to your right. Bend at the knees and hips. Round forward. Here's the cat. And then open up, shoulders back, elbows back. Here's the cow. Now your left hand goes first, right hand goes second. Round forward into cat, open cow. And we just keep switching which hand goes first so that the shoulders get equal amounts of opening. Open up. This time the left hand goes first as we roll into cat. Opening into cow. Right hand first. Cat. Cow. Left hand first. Cat. And cow, and just go ahead and release and shake things out. All right, so that was forward and back with the spine. Now we're going to take it side to side. Remember that grounded foot posture that we had earlier? We're going back to that. We want to keep the feet grounded because what happens if you move to the side and your leg starts to lift, there's no stretch happening here. So feet are grounded. Left hand on your left thigh, right arm up by the ear, shoulder is still away from the ear. Inhale, and as you exhale, gently tilt to the left. Come on back over and reach up, ribs away from hip, and over. Take it up. So we're starting out by warming up this move, and we want to keep the shoulders stacked as well. Take it up and stretch. We're going back to the left. Keeping the shoulders stacked, keeping the feet grounded. Take it to the right. All right, now we've kind of warmed things up. So let's take it back over to the left. Stay here and just release and go maybe a little deeper. Release and maybe a little deeper. Release and stay here. Now let's add some extra core work. Take that left arm parallel to the earth here. Press your left fingertips away and bring it up. Right hand down, over to the right. Release and come back. Just a little release here and come back. Release. Now come back and stay here and float the right arm parallel. Press those right fingertips away. Lift up, and we're going to keep the feet just the way they are. Bend the knees and hips and gently bring the arms back and up. So we're kind of floating in and out of chair here. See if you can feel what's happening in your feet as you do this. And come up and shake it out. All right, so for our twisting, we're going to start by warming up, and then we're going to use the chair to go a little deeper with that. So make sure your chair is nearby and on a non-skid surface, okay? Also, we'll be doing a standing hip series that you have the option of doing on a block. So if you have a block, have it nearby. If you don't have a block, it won't matter. Okay, so we're going to start our twisting by crossing the right foot in front of the left and take the arms to the right. And left foot in front of right. Now we're going to take the legs wider and just start to smooth this out. Crossing right leg in front of left, left leg in front of right. So you see how we're doing a little bit of twisting here. Warming up this move, okay? It's a very functional move for the spine to be able to twist naturally and smoothly. All right, we started with the right foot in front. So the next time your left foot goes in front, you'll be about even. So come on over by your chair. You're pretty close to your chair here, okay? And at least, maybe at least 6 inches away, maybe 8, okay? Now, cross your left ankle over your right, okay? We're still trying to stay upright, and take your left arm up to shoulder height. Have your right hand on the chair. We're going to be using the chair for resistance. We want to be balanced, but use the chair for resistance, okay? Now, start to take your left arm back and stop wherever you stop here. Now, inhale, lengthen your ribs away from your hips and see if you can go a little deeper. Now, your right hand is helping you give a little more resistance. See how deep you can go. And then come back to center, release, unwind. All right, so that was your stopping point this time. Now we're going to do that same side again. Left ankle in front of right, left arm up, inhale, and just flow back to where you feel you should be in this twist. Gaze towards your left fingertips. Maybe you went a little farther this time. Maybe you didn't. It's your experience. Come on back center, unwind. Okay, so just move to the other side of your chair. Did that all make sense? Okay, so we've got like 6 to 8 inches away from the chair. We're not like over here, right? We want to be close enough. This is your left hand on the chair, right ankle in front of left, right arm to shoulder height, inhale, and slowly start to open up to the right. And when you get to like your first stuck point, take a breath, inhale, soften up, and see if you can go a little farther here. We always want to lengthen the spine when we're twisting. Good, and then come back center. All right, we're going to do that one more time, nice and smooth and open. Inhale, right arm up and flow to where you go. Thinking about keeping the ribs away from the hips the whole time. And take your gaze to the right. And release. Shake it out, shake the legs out. All right, we're going to move to that standing hip opener. Does anybody feel like they went farther the second time? Twisted a little more deeply the second time you went back? Okay, so the chair giving you some resistance, right? So we're going to be to the left side of the chair. The block is about 6 inches away. And stand up on your block and see if you feel comfortable being here with a light touch on the chair. If you don't, or if you don't have a block, you're going to do the exact same thing, but you'll just keep your outside leg, the knee slightly bent on your outside leg, okay? So we're here or on the mat. If you're on the block, your leg can stay straighter because your foot is farther away from the floor. And we're going to do this wonderful set of hip releasing. Take the left leg forward and back. Now we're not, I'll show you from the side, we're not doing this, right? We're staying upright and taking the leg forward and back. And always when you do this, even if you think you have the best balance in the world, have something you can maintain your balance on, because if you're standing here and trying to balance, then you're not really focused on your hip. So we want to assist our balance here. So we went forward and back. Now we're going to go in half and X. Swing your left leg forward and over to the right and back to the left. Half an X here. See what I mean? If you were struggling with balance right now, you would be like coddling this move, not focused on the hips. All right, and our third move here is a hip cleaner. Everybody, block or not, you're going to bend your knee. Now take your knee across to the right and out and leg behind. Leg comes forward and across and behind. We're keeping the body as forward as possible here because we want the movement in the hip. It's like flossing, yeah, it's like flossing your hip, getting the gunk out of it. All right, now just stand up straight and let your left leg dangle. Again, if you're not on a block, just bend your knee and let your left leg kind of hang down. That finishes up the hip. All right, let's shake it out. That right leg had to work really hard, right? Now we're going to release the right hip. So take your block, if you're using it, to the other side, your body to the other side. This time the left hand is on the chair. The left foot is on the block, or not, right? We can do this with a bent knee. See if it feels okay for you to be on the block on this side. And start to swing the leg forward and back from whichever position you're taking. We're moving from the hip. Again, we're not going forward and back like this. We're not seesaw. We're moving the hip forward and back. And this is something you can do every day. It's its own warm-up. forward and back. We did it a bunch of times on the other side because I was explaining things. So just keep going. We want to be even here. And 3, and 2, and 1. Now ready to make half an X. This time the right leg swings forward and over to the left and back behind. Forward and back. We're trying to stay as upright as possible. You can also do this with your hand on the wall. I like the chair because I find it easier on my shoulder, but whatever you have handy, countertop. And 3, and 2, and 1. All right, now we're going into the hip cleaner. Bend the left knee. This is your right. Bend your right knee. Take the knee across and leg back. Over and back. Forward and back. And one more time. Let your right leg dangle. Slightly bend the knee if you're not on a block. Come off. Move the block out of the way and shake everything out. So since we already have these handy dandy chairs, we're going to come behind the chair, put 2 hands on the chair, step way back and get a beautiful stretch here for the spine. You might even feel the backs of your legs. And then walk forward. Okay, and now we're going to just do some ankle flexibility. So we want to hold lightly onto the chair with 2 hands. Ground through the feet. So we want the balls of the feet to stay even on the earth when you pull your ankles up. So if this is the ball of your foot, you want it this way. You don't want the ball of your foot to start to rotate inward or outward. Okay, so here we go. Balls of the feet, spine nice and long. Start to lift the heels and bring them down. Lift the heels. Think about keeping the balls of the feet grounded. And down. Lift. And as we strengthen and bring flexibility to the ankles, we increase our energy. Lift and down. Okay, now we're going to lift and bend the knees. With the knees bent slightly, bring the heels down. Think about where you feel this. Stand up, lift the heels, bend the knees, bring the heels down. Lift the heels as you straighten the legs. Bend the knees. Last time, bring the heels down. Lift up. Ooh. Release, shake it out. We're done with the chair. Unless you use it to get up and down, you can put the chair and the block off to the side. We're going to come to the top of the mat. So we've been working on sun salutations, including downward facing dog. So we're going to continue that today. First we have to do some core. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and work our way down. So the feet are hip width distance apart. Find mountain pose. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. We want to go over those hip creases. Keep the spine long. It doesn't matter how far, how deep you go in this fold. Just keep everything in alignment here. Now bend your knees and hips and shine your heart forward. Your hips are heading back. Bring your fingertips down and we're going to step back into downward facing dog. All right, we were just working on the ankles, so we'll just do a little more pedaling. Press one heel down and hold. Press the other heel down and hold. Press both heels down and hold. And then bring your knees down and sit off to the side. So as we find seated mountain pose, we know our balance comes from having the sit bones even on the earth, the spine long, okay? And we have the feet flexed just as though we were still standing on the earth. Let's bring a little energy back into our practice here. So with your palms face up, hands by your side, exhale. Think of drawing energy up from the earth, taking ribs away from hips, shoulders stay away from the ears, palms touch, and hands come heart center. All right, shake things out. Oh, let's, since we did a lot of hips already, and we want to do some core, we'll go ahead and do dead bug today for the core, which will also keep the hips nice and supple. So let's bring it down, laying on the mat, hands by your side. Your feet are hip width distance apart. Now feel the grounding through the feet that we've been working on. Keep that energy in the left foot as you extend your right leg forward and your left arm back. Bring your right foot in, left arm down. Left leg forward, now the energy's in the right foot, right arm back, and bring it in. Let's do that again, right then left. Here we go, right leg, left arm, in, left leg, right arm, in. All right, so that's the first way of doing it. You can stay that way the whole time, or take your right knee up, okay? So you see what difference you feel here. Extend your right leg, left arm back. Bring that right knee back. It's in tabletop. It's right over your hip. The shin is parallel to the earth. Now extend your right leg again. Left arm back. Bring it in. Take the foot down. Left leg up. And again, tabletop with the knee. Extend the left leg. Bring it in. Extend left leg, right arm goes back, and bring it in. Feet to the mat, let those knees open and close. So either of those versions work. Now we're going to try it with two knees up. If the one knee version didn't work for you, then just stay with your feet on the mat. If one knee worked for you and you want to try two knees, bring both knees up to tabletop. Here we go. Right leg, left arm, and in. Left leg, right arm, and in. And again, right leg, left arm, and in. Left leg, right arm, and in. Hug your knees in and rock out your spine. So you're going to choose one of those versions, either feet down, starting with the right knee up, single knee, or double knee, and we're going to go right 4 times. 4 times on the right. Here we go. Right leg, left arm, and in. Right leg, left arm, and in. And right leg, in. Right leg, in. All right, take a break. Feet on the earth, left knee up, or 2 knees up, left leg, right arm, and in 4 times here. And in, 3, and in, and last time, and in. And just go ahead and hold your legs on the back of your thighs here, your hands right under your knees, and rock around, release your spine. Inhale and exhale. All right, so from here, we're going to come to hands and knees. Make sure you have enough padding for your knees. If this bothers your wrists or your knees, you can do these things standing at the wall or with your hands on the chair. Inhale and exhale, and we're just going to take the right leg back. Make sure the hips stay square. Take your right leg up to hip height. This is a nice balancing pose here. And then float your left arm by your ear. So you're balancing on your right hand and your left knee. Bring your hand and knee down. Left leg comes back. Keeping the hips facing straight to the mat. Left leg up. Right arm by the ear. You can do this again. You can do this with your hands on a chair or the wall. And bring it in. Now we're just going to do that one more time on each side. Flow right into it. If you feel like you can flow right into it right now. Right leg, left arm. Bring it in. Left leg, right arm. Bring it in. All right, and we're going to come into downward facing dog now. Walk the feet toward the hands. Bring your forearms to your thighs. Press your palms together. Bring your fingertips up toward the sky as you inhale and exhale. Touch your feet. Or keep them slightly wider apart and realign. Find your alignment here. Inhale and exhale. We're going to move into our sun salutation now, so come to the top of the mat. It's a whole series of movements, and if you ever have any questions on how to do this using the chair or the wall, just let me know, and I'll set up a demonstration for that. Today we're just going to be doing it regular, so find your feet hip-width distance apart. Line everything up. Can you feel your feet grounded? Can you feel your shoulders over your hips? Ears over shoulders, palms face forward. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, folding forward over your hip creases. High, low, anywhere in between. Now bend the knees and hips. Put your hands on your thighs. Shine your heart forward for a half lift. Continue to bend everything. Bring your fingertips down, and we take a big step back with the right. We're in a lunge here. And that feels really good. We're going to stay here for a moment. Now bring your right knee down, your left knee over your ankle. Your right knee is on the mat. Engage your core and just float your arms up in a low crescent lunge. If this bothers your knee, you can flip up the edge of your mat for extra padding. Bring your hands down. Coming to plank. So if you're doing a knee down plank, just bring your left leg back and come into knee down plank. If you're doing knee up, you're here. All right, now we're going to slowly bend the elbows, keeping the spine long, chaturanga down. Lifting into a cobra, the hands are under the shoulders. Shoulders go toward the ears, down the spine, and that action lifts the heart and the head follows. The hands are not creating the action, the spine is. Release. Find your way to down dog. A good way to get there is come to table, tuck your toes, and lift up, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. And then walk your feet to your hands. When you get here, take a half lift. Slide your hands down your legs, any amount for forward fold. Press through the feet. As you inhale, float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the left. So hands down. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, we swan dive. Your swan dive might end here with your head higher than your heart. It might end here with your fingertips on the mat. Might end here, in the middle. Here we go, half lift, shine your heart forward. Bend the knees, bring your fingertips down. Take a big step back with your left leg. We're in this nice releasing lunge here. Getting ready. Remember, you can flip the edge of your mat up for extra padding for your left knee as you bring it down. Right knee over the ankle. Low crescent lunge. Bring your hands down. Okay, so you know if you're going into knee down plank, you're just going to keep your knee down and take your right leg back. If you're going knee up, lift your back knee and take your right leg back. Either way, chaturanga. Shoulders toward the ears, down the spine, no hands, lift, cobra, release. Find your way to down dog. And then walk your feet to your hands. Half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. And shake things out. All right, how's it going? We good? All right, so feels like we've done a lot, pretty vigorous stuff. We're going to come back down to the earth, and to come back down to the earth, we're going to start at the top of the mat. We don't just plop down, we make our way down. Come to the top of the mat. Take a few breaths, and even before we do that, just scan your body. See what's feeling, that it wants some extra movement while you're up. And when you're ready, find that mountain pose with the feet grounded, everything lined up, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders, palms face out. And breathe. Now inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Step back to downward facing dog. One more time. And we can wiggle the hips here, taking the knees to one side, hips to the other. And then just bring your knees down. Sit off to the side and come back to seated mountain pose with the feet flexed. Inhale and exhale. So we're sitting up nice and tall. We're going to bring the palms out and face them up. Draw energy up from the earth, being mindful of the shoulders, keeping them away from the ears. Inhale. Press that energy between your palms and bring it to your heart. And then just shake things out. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of seated forward folding here. We're going to play with the feet. So start with your feet flexed and your spine nice and long. Inhale, draw your arms up. We're still taking the ribs away from the hips, not the shoulders to the ears. Inhale, and folding from your hip creases right here, just lean forward. And when you are at your edge, just bring your hands to your legs and gaze past your toes. So your hands might be up, higher on your legs, lower. You might even have your feet, but we want to keep the spine long. We don't want to round forward to get those hands in a particular spot. The spine is long. Okay, now the feet are flexed. We feel this. Take the arms up. Inhale and exhale. Now point your feet. Inhale the arms up. Same thing, folding forward from those hip creases, keeping the spine long. You come to your edge and bring your hands down. We're still gazing past the toes, and we're just noticing how it feels to have the toes pointed. Roll your hands up and shake the legs out. We'll do that one more time. So we're not going for any particular answer here. We're going for sensation. Flex the feet, spine long, arms up, and fold. With the feet flexed, noticing the parts of the body, the muscles that engage when we do it with the feet flexed, gazing past the toes, the spine is long. Long arms and up, hands down. Now point your toes, inhale up, folding from the hip creases, keep that spine long. and bring your hands to your legs. Toes are pointed. We're still gazing past the toes with the spine long. Arms up, hands down, and release, shake it out. So it's just observational. What did you feel? Okay, let's go ahead and bend the knees and roll down. Now we can feel ourselves on the earth here. Inhale and exhale. Okay, we're going to move into a pose called Apanasana. It's wind removing pose. So to start, we're going to extend both arms and both legs. Inhale. Now as you exhale, draw just your right knee in. Now your left leg might want to bend when, your left knee might want to bend when you do that. That's fine. Hold on to your right shin or your right hamstring. And we are in Ardha Apanasana, half wind removing pose. Now extend the right leg, extend both legs and both arms. Inhale, exhale, draw the left knee in. Again, you're either holding your shin or your hamstring, whichever is more comfortable. The right leg is either long or the knee is bent. And extend both arms and both legs. Inhale. As you exhale, draw both knees in. Put your hands on the back of your thighs, right under your knees. Now let your knees move away from your body, still holding on, so as whatever length your arms are. Your legs are about hip-width distance apart, maybe wider, and massage your spine side to side. So this is Apanasana variation, and we're getting a spinal massage. All right, and now we're going to release, extend the arms and the legs, bring the knees back in, and this time come into the very famous happy baby. You can hold on to the backs of your thighs here. The feet are flexed like you're going to make footprints on the ceiling. If you can reach your feet, you hold on to your feet. And when you get that, it's a nice hip stretch, and also as we rock side to side, we get more spinal massage. And then come back to center, release the feet, bring the feet to the mat. They're about hip-width distance apart, and we let those knees gently butterfly open and close. With your hands down by your side and your left foot still on the mat, take your right leg up and just point and flex your ankle. And circle it one direction and the other. We did a lot of ankle flexibility today. You might want to stop and notice if you feel more energetic. Bring your right foot down as you go through your day. Left leg up, point and flex. And circle. There can be a lot of energy stuck in those ankles. Circle the other direction. All right, and once more, butterfly. Now we're going to take the feet mat-width distance apart, arms long out to the side for windshield wipers. So go ahead and drop both knees gently to the right. Take your gaze to the left. Come center, take both knees left, gaze right. Come center, knees right, gaze left. Knees left, gaze right. And just keep going gently side to side. Think about your neck releasing also as you do this. Now we started with the knees to the right, the gaze to the left. So the next time you go knees left, gaze right, you'll be even. Come back to center. Bring your feet back to hip-width distance apart. Leave your arms long as you extend through the fingers and wiggle into a gentle fist. Extend and wiggle. And then rotate your wrists one direction and the other. Bring your arms down by your side. Scan your body from head to toe. See if there's any final movements that your body is asking for as you start to make your way into your final relaxation alignment. Your knees could be bent, your legs might be straight. See what feels good to you. Your feet might be mat width distance apart, they might be closer. Okay. Connect to the earth here. Take a nice inhale through the nose. And slowly exhale, either defocusing or closing your eyes. Let the earth support you. Let go of all effort and just be in your final relaxation. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body. Wiggle fingers and toes. And on your next inhale, extend arms and legs long. Exhale, draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug. Find your way over to a side. And help yourself back up to a nice, easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.